Coffee Corner show. And Velma, who's our special guest today?
The mystery guest today, Paul, is Tony Dimond.
Tony Dimond. So, how you doing?
I'm so excited to have you here,
Thank
Tony.
you for having me. It's very nice of you to have me.
Travel producer. You've done shows on A&E, on HGTV,
Right.
mostly about travel.
Travel related, either they are travel shows, so they're about travel, or they're shows that involve travel.
Wonderful. Talk to us about that.
Well, for the travel portion that are shows about travel, I worked on House Hunters International.
Nice, that's
so I
huge.
worked on that for several episodes, and then I did a show called Island Hunters, which is a show, basically the same kind of a show as House Hunters International, but about people buying private islands.
Wow. I'd like to hear more about that.
Vacation
Now,
islands.
Right.
are you at liberty to discuss exactly what those
Sure.
islands are?
Yeah.
Okay, and who bought them?
Yeah, wait.
And for how much?
Well, I can't say the episodes that I worked on already aired, so I don't remember the actual price. They were not cheap.
Right, you're in the millions.
In the millions.
Multi-millions.
Yeah, 20 plus.
Right.
To
You want to buy your own island?
Right.
Right.
You know.
Although some
Anyone
of
in particular that stands out?
Well, the first ones that I did were in Canada, in Northern Ontario,
Huh.
and those were private islands. Some are semi-private that are more for the rental episodes.
Got
for,
it.
Like
Okay.
vacationing. But
Sure.
this was a guy from London who bought this island in Northern Ontario, Lake of the Woods.
Huh.
I think that's where it was. And it was this island that was just pretty much like, there was some buildings already on there, and there was a lot of trees, like a mini forest.
Well, a lot of room for development.
Well, yeah, so he developed the entire island
Nice.
for his home and for properties. It's a beautiful place.
And made it his own fantasy island.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Wonderful.
basically.
And he does rent it out, or is it just for
No,
family?
just for his family, I believe. Yeah.
Exactly. If you want to buy a $20 million property, island,
Right.
I mean, to have your own.
Well, this one in Canada, this one wasn't that high of a price.
Oh, okay.
It was millions, but it wasn't like 20. That one I think was a little
So do we
less.
still know him? You think we get an invite?
And in fact, you would want to go in the summer for sure. It's a nice place, and
Right.
he's really built it
It's
up.
for his own personal family.
We are helping film it
Yeah, no.
for a show.
Right,
Right.
sure.
Okay. So anyway, I've been wanting Tony to go and visit the Philippines and cover it because we've got a lot of beautiful islands, Paul.
Of course.
And I think we can make this happen. We'll talk about it with Noel and see how we can put our resources together. Maybe have Vista Land and Paul Mirador Real Estate, and of course Sotheby's. Just collaborate.
Well,
and
yeah,
make this
the
happen.
thing about this also, there are islands in the Philippines that still hasn't been explored.
Sure.
I mean, there are American tourists who comes to the other islands that when they get to the island, they have their own private beach. There's nobody on the beach.
I will tell you, Robert De Niro frequents the Philippines because there's a private island in El Nido. Actually, it's Amanpulo that he goes to. It's you have your own butler, you have your own little area on the island. And David Copperfield has also visited. So I guess it's not too much of a secret because we know they're there. But once they're there, it's off limits to everyone else. And
Sure.
so it is, I try to go home every year. Wasn't able to do it this year. But it's always a pleasure to go home because I'm exploring it like a tourist.
Right.
You go to
Of course,
new places.
because if once you've been away for over 5 years or 10, you haven't been back, everything is new to you.
Yeah, you
Even
see
if
it with
it's in
fresh
old
eyes.
country.
No, absolutely. But let's talk about
Yes,
Tony here.
Tony.
What are our plans? What can we do? What can we expect from you in the coming days?
Well, after working on both of those shows and other travel shows, I started a business, which we're still developing, but it's a business that does international travel and tourism.
Nice.
So you take the idea of the quality of an HGTV show like House Hunters International or Island Hunters,
Yeah.
bring that back to mainly for non-broadcast for the tourism world and for high-end resort and tourism videos that are hosted.
Remember, I told you many, many, many years ago that I was going to do Philippines 360,
I remember that. We were discussing
a
that.
TV show
Yes.
that basically covers you're going to do island hopping from one island to another, and you are basically going to be on the survival mode in every island, exploration, adventure, and so on. But sponsored by local hotels and
No, for
resort
sure.
owners.
That's actually a great
Yeah.
idea. Amazing
That was-
Grace
that was-
has filmed in the Philippines
Yeah.
numerous times.
Sure.
I
The
came up
movie,
with that a long time ago.
I
And,
know.
and I
Well,
called
you
it
know what?
Philippines 360.
you're a wealth of
Yeah.
ideas,
But-
but it's a matter of implementing it, and I
Right.
am your dream maker.
Uh-huh.
So we will make it happen for you.
Hey.
Same thing with Tony. We're going to make this happen. Maybe not this year because we're towards the end of the quarter, but the third quarter. But next year for sure we can plan ahead.
Sure.
And like I said, when we get to our finance section of this show, Paul, with Noel, we'll maybe talk about
Yeah,
it
we'll
a
talk
little
about
bit
that later on,
and
but
see.
right now-
So now, Tony, you're doing the show. You've got a few hosts, different hosts that you use.
Sure, I work with a
You-
few hosts.
Okay, could you name a few of them that may stand out, like Chris and Marinella and
Well,
them
Marinella
guys?
is one of our hosts. She's a travel host for actually for Travel Channel for
Right.
NBC. She does a lot of on-camera work,
Nice.
and she's a big presence in.
Is it Central and
She's a she is an influencer.
Oh, social
So she's a
media
social media
influencer.
So
Sure.
so she's one of my hosts.
We're getting signals from left and right side of here, and,
Yes.
and we'll be right back. And we're back. So we're here with Tony Dimond, and Tony's going to talk to us about more about his travel log.
Yes, so do tell. Marinella, we were in the middle of the conversation.
Well, sure. So Marinelle is one of the hosts that we work together, and so we travel to resorts, we travel for tourism boards, and so basically it's like a mini episode of.
Which parts of the world?
Well, I've been to for shows that I've worked on. She's been all over the world. In fact, she's currently in Europe. But I've been all over Mexico, Tahiti, a lot of Canada in the summer. I've also been to Costa Rica and Nicaragua. So that's for House Hunters International and Island Hunters filming those shows.
And I'm not envious, can you tell?
You don't say
Not
anything
at all.
nice at all now.
Not
It's a
at
great
all.
job and it's wonderful, and so the travel for Diamond, so the company is Diamond Media Group.
Nice.
DIMOND Media Group.
Right.
And so it's just high-end resort, and
So who are the people that can call on you for these services? I mean, who's your target market? So it's the travel.
target market is
travel advice, I would think.
travel boards,
Mm.
tourism boards,
Nice.
resorts themselves,
Nice.
companies who hire production staff and
Sure.
people to go, companies to execute and produce videos for
Uh-huh.
their tourism and their resorts. So those are usually like sometimes they're public relations firms and PR firms who work for the tourism boards.
So the
and
shows
resorts.
that you're producing, where can the audience find and watch the show? What channel or
Well,
what network?
HGTV still airs quite a few
HGTV.
several of the episodes that I worked on.
Wonderful.
House Hunters International, and I believe they're still airing Island Hunters.
Okay.
So go to hgtv.com and do a search, or search Island Hunters HGTV.
Put your name in there and we should find it.
No, those shows, I mean, even, not my name's in the credits, of course. The episode I worked on, but you would find it mainly by just going Island Hunters HGTV, and then you would find this.
And you were talking about Chris. Talk to us about him as a host.
Oh, well, Island
And his
Hunters was hosted by Chris Crollo.
Okay.
And Chris Crollo owns a company called Private Islands, Inc., and there's a magazine called Private Islands. And that's
Maybe we
his-
can have him on with you.
And I'm sure they've been to the Philippines many times.
Oh, yeah.
I did not go to the Philippines, but he has in the show, and he has by himself.
Can you name some countries that sells their items?
Well, there's countries all over the world. I can tell you where I've been. We were in Nicaragua, Lake Nicaragua. And,
There's two.
well, there's Nicaragua, and in Nicaragua there's Lake Nicaragua.
Oh, okay.
And in Lake Nicaragua,
That's
there are
where you can
several
find it.
private islands.
Got it.
That, and some are for sale.
Mhm.
We worked there. We were in Belize filming an episode. So Belize is very nice.
Great wedding
Nice,
destination.
great scuba diving over there.
Right. We were in domestically. We were in Columbus, Ohio, at Buckeye Lake. Small
Okay,
place that has a
check
beautiful,
that out.
beautiful,
Okay.
and of course Canada, Northern Ontario, Lake of the Woods.
Uh-huh.
Anywhere near Vancouver?
No, this is Ontario.
No, I
this
mean
is,
anywhere. Any
oh,
islands,
I
area
have not
near
worked.
Vancouver?
I worked on an episode of House Hunters International in Vancouver,
Mhm.
but that's a different show. So For island hunters, I don't believe they've been to the Vancouver area, but
Now Costa Rica.
Costa Rica was very beautiful.
I'm always interested about that. It's on my bucket list.
You should go.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
wonderful.
how's the security issue though? They always talk about even
You know,
in Nicaragua.
we had, well, Nicaragua, there's, you know,
A lot of
I've heard,
military presence?
I've heard more stories about things that have happened in Nicaragua than I have Costa Rica.
Huh.
In terms of needing a military and police.
Sure.
Things with travelers. Friends of mine, you know, I don't know the full details of the story, so I don't want to recount everything about it, because I don't know everything about it. But
But you felt safe when you were there.
when I felt safe, we had security with us, and they were making sure that we were protected. And again, we were, you know, we went to Lake Nicaragua, so we were in, is it Grenada you fly into? I can't remember actually. I should be more.
I like the sound you make.
You're the best at sound.
Okay, let's not start with that.
I know, no sounds? Okay, yeah. Another show.
Private joke.
Another show, you should just do your sounds.
Now, Costa Rica, what was that like?
Well, Costa Rica was really wonderful. We were there for House Hunters International.
Right.
And so there was a couple that had moved from Denver.
Because
Both
yeah,
retired.
they
and
did say that's
liquidated.
a great retirement place.
It's a great retirement place.
Because your money is able
Right.
to expand.
Right. They bought a modest home in Costa Rica near Guanacaste.
Uh-huh.
And it was a great place. It's a beautiful, beautiful
What is
country.
there to do other than sightseeing and then?
Well, there's lots of like mountain activities, hiking, there's lots of beach activities.
I could do that, Paul, could you?
You know, I'm just imagining myself living in an island where, I can do that for sure. I mean, all I need
Yeah,
is
I think we
1,000
could
square foot. Let's go.
I think we could all get used to that.
Yeah.
Right?
I only need 1,000 square foot. I'm
That's
good.
it?
Yeah, that's all I need.
And all I need is to get into my
Just the
bikini
size
body.
of this table. That's all I need.
That's all, bikini body, and I'm set to go
Sure.
on any island.
I agree.
Right?
How about island in Hawaii? Do you know of any island in Hawaii for sale?
Islands for
I
sale in
would think
Hawaii, I
they're
don't know
more
off the top of my head.
expensive, but I would think they'd be
Let
more
him speak.
You
expensive.
can go to Private Islands Inc. Private Islands,
That's where you can find the islands
Sure.
that are for sale.
yeah.
Private Islands Inc. Just
Private Islands Inc.
Google.
Do a Google search for that. I'm not sure what the URL is, but
Right.
I would go to Private Islands Inc. first.
I think
And
Paul
then-
has plans of buying his own
Yeah.
island and
Yeah.
naming it Paul.
Right.
As long as you invite
Island Paul.
us.
Yeah.
1,000 square, that's all he needs. That's pretty modest. We can make that happen, couldn't
Sure.
we?
Sure.
Maybe after about 5 shows of this
I
kind.
mean, you can get one from Virgin Islands and like Richard Branson, right?
Sure.
All I can afford now is a star.
Yeah. Well,
A star named after me, Paul.
Yeah.
That's all I can afford. But
well,
anyway,
Tony, thank you for
Yeah,
coming to
sure.
the
Of
show.
course, of course.
Yes,
Thank you
no.
very much for having me.
eventually, once we start doing this, Paul, maybe we can have a travel segment as a regular part of the program.
Sure.
Maybe once a month or something, right? Just the way we did it with our cooking segment. Thank you so much.
Sure, of course.
Tony.
Thanks for
And I
having
know
me.
you're not an early bird, but yeah, you like the coffee.
It's wonderful.
Good.
Thank you. Really good.
All right. Well, we'll be right back.
We're back at the Coffee Corner show. Noel, we missed you last week.
Busy,
A man of few words.
but I'm very happy that I can be here, especially with
Of
you.
course,
Thank
Fiona,
you.
our guest, ladies and gentlemen, the woman with a vision.
Thank you so much.
Yes, a businesswoman. I think every woman should be empowered enough to start her own business. This is a firm example of someone who is not afraid. I'm going to call her fearless Fiona.
I am
Fiona Ilario, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen.
Thank you
I
so
like
much
that
for
model.
having me.
Right?
Thank you so much.
Now, of course, the owner, proprietress of R&BArtist. We love this woman. All my women viewers, listen up on this segment. It's about waxing. That's not pain-free, but it's less painful, less uncomfortable. Because it can
Yes.
never be painless. Because everything on our body, anything attached to our skin, obviously ripping it off
Yes.
is a little uncomfortable. But talk to us about the particular technology you use to make it less painful and more pleasurable.
Okay, well, first, R&BArtist Waxing Salon started in the Philippines 12 years ago,
Wow.
and we have 110 locations.
Congratulations, happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. We have a couple of stores here in Studio City and West Hollywood, and we
Nice.
popularized the use of cold wax.
Talk to us about that.
Yes, what is cold wax?
Cold wax as opposed to hot wax is actually room temperature, so it's not gonna be like
Like
freezing,
freezing
cold.
cold, okay.
Yes, and
That's good to
in
know.
LA, it's called sugaring because technically our wax is made of sugar. It has 3 ingredients: sugar, lemon, honey, and of course water.
They're all sweet.
They are.
Yes, you can actually eat it. It's edible. So when you
Yeah.
apply it to your skin, it's removed by itself. You know, normal wax, you have a strip. And it sticks to your skin cells. That's why
That's
it's more
what's
painful.
painful.
Yeah, so even if you have less hair, if you like
Rip it off.
it's
Right.
still gonna hurt.
Just like the scene at the 40-year-old virgin.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
I
very
love that
traumatic,
movie.
and people
So that's-
always
yes.
think of that, but sugaring is very gentle, and we usually, we apply it small sections at a time.
Nice.
So
But it's the
it's-
same thing, you have a cloth.
No
No
cloth. You
cloth.
apply the jelly,
Yeah.
the wax jelly on your skin directly, and you remove it by itself as well.
Now, I'm interested as
How
to,
how's
Yeah.
that done?
Well, it's very sticky.
Oh, I see.
So you apply it, it's bubble gum in form, you apply it against the growth of the hair,
Okay.
and then you rip it off towards the growth of the hair. So that is less pain or less discomfort. I actually
Right.
find it pain-free, but that's just me.
That's you're
I'd
probably.
like to see a sample of that one sometime.
Yeah.
She
I've never seen
promises.
that.
Take care of that.
Oh, well, no.
No,
I'm thinking this, yeah. Probably here, yeah.
She promises to come back.
Yes.
And
Of
then
course.
she'll bring her tech person,
Yes.
technician, and then we'll have somebody to very bravely volunteer, whoever that is.
Are you gonna
It
do
could
your
be-
Brazilian
It could be TS.
live?
I don't know, I haven't decided. Maybe just a little threading on my eyebrows. We'll start with that. Because
Yes.
it's too much for them to see if I did the other stuff. But wait, you gotta tell me, where did you find or hear about this business or this technology?
Actually, you know what? In the Philippines, it's been around since the 70s because it's
Wow.
pretty big in the Middle East, especially Dubai.
Huh.
And we have a lot of OFW people who came back from serving abroad and they brought it to the Philippines. So the lady I met 12 years ago
Uh-huh.
had been doing it for a while, and we were actually impressed with that kind of technology. Very simple, but it was so much less pain for me because I've been doing like 5 years of hot wax prior to knowing about this sugar wax.
Okay.
And I told like 30 to 50 of my friends, and then after a year we talked to her and we wanted to learn the trade.
That's amazing. So you were already in that industry. You just
Yes.
decided to learn a new technology to
Yes,
add on
yeah.
to your service.
Actually, no, I was working full time, but I love getting the service done.
Okay.
And so I said, you know what, there's potential here.
No, absolutely. And I'm sure you know this, Noel, because you're a businessman yourself, a financial advisor, a good one at that, other than your real estate.
Well, thank you.
No, of course. And of course, not to mention the head of the Chamber of Commerce in the Valley. Yes?
It's been a long time. Yeah.
It's been a long time. No, you and your wife are just lovely. You started that all. So you know about trade. You know about commerce.
I was just going to ask that
Yes.
with her, because you started this business in the Philippines, right?
Yes.
How many years before you made landfall in the U.S.?
Well, I moved here in 2012, so Bear in the Philippines was 6 years old. We had 48 locations when I left Manila, and then we have a couple over here now.
Right.
Wonderful. And you're expanding. I'm so
Yes,
excited.
we're
about
very
that.
excited.
And how's your experience so far here in the U.S. compared to what you see in the Philippines?
Well, I have to
I'd like
say
to make a
very
question.
challenging. It's very challenging. It's so expensive to run a business here. Labor costs so much, rent costs so much. But I think there's great potential because this is a mature market, a saturated market in terms of hot wax. But sugaring is just becoming very popular.
That's what sets you one off.
Apart,
Right.
yes.
That's your
From the rest,
brand.
Yes.
Well, you know what? There's more to talk about with this fine lady. We'll be right back.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, I'd love to ask you more questions. So,
Yes.
the next segment.
Human jobs have been lost to automation for centuries.
Replaced by new inventions. 211-ish.
Until there's nothing left for humans.
Thank you, Brian.
Nice and warm for you, sir. But there's one job that should get replaced.
Your job as a homeowner, which is actually a series of crappy full-time jobs you do for free.
Like security guard, protecting your house. Supervisor, protecting your kids. Safety inspector, protecting your house. From your kids.
You spend so much time taking care of your home. What if your home took care of you?
Presenting Vivint Smart Home. Complete control of your home, all in the palm of your hand. It's the easy way to protect your home and eliminate your crappy jobs, like security guard. With an attempted break-in, the Vivint Night Vision doorbell cam captures the intruder, sending video to your phone and saving images for the cops. The smart security system sounds the alarm, turns on the lights, and a 24/7 live Vivint rep checks in on you. If it's a real break-in, they call the police immediately. And smart sensors, outdoor cams, and motion detectors track any intrusion. It's so secure, you'll forget how insecure you are. Yeah, you better run, coward.
Supervisor, your daughter's walking home from school while you're at work. When she's 15 feet from the front door, the doorbell cam sees her, and Vivint sends you a notification. You say hi and unlock the door with your phone. Not some key hidden in a fake rock. And the door automatically locks behind her. Then you can keep an eye on her with the indoor cameras. Brittany!
What?
Take off your dad's briefs. Now, pile driver.
Safety inspector. When a fire breaks out, the smoke detector is triggered, and Vivint calls the fire department. The thermostat turns off the air to slow down the flames. The door's unlocked so help can get in, and you get notified on your phone. Vivint also constantly monitors for flood, carbon monoxide, and freezing. It makes you immortal.
I can't say that.
It makes you immortal till you die. Vivint takes care of the crappy so you can take care of the happy. I know that sounds sappy, but I'm their pappy. Don't be snappy. So if you kind of care about your biggest lifetime investment and its inhabitants, click here to get your Vivint Smart Home installed today.
Vivint also does all the extra jobs you don't even do yourself, like house sitter. When you're out of town, Vivint Smart Home helps you sleep peacefully, knowing no one else is sleeping peacefully in your home.
Even if you're vacationing on the other side of the planet, you can light up your home at night. The sun can't even do that.
Plus, Vivint lets you receive packages before porch robbers do.
Got 1 pallet of Diet Cola here?
Thanks, Lloyd. Just stick it in the garage with the others.
Did you say others?
I need them, Brian.
She's right. Connect Vivint to voice control and become
A demigod who controls things like the weather. Cool the temperature in the room by 5 degrees. Matter. Shut the garage door. Even the birth of your grandchildren.
Hey, is Emily free?
Nay.
Dad, no!
Vivint comes to your home and installs everything for you. And they offer professional servicing on all their products.
Plus, Vivint automates your home like no other system on the market, despite what some competitors may say.
We don't do as much automation, but with our system, you can still turn on your lights with your phone.
Okay. Vivint is the #1 smart home system in North America, with over 2 million systems sold and 25,000 five-star reviews. That's a lot of high numbers that mean stuff.
And you can have all that for less than the cost of a smartphone. At least a smart home won't make you sterile.
If you're still worried about costs, remember, Vivint's alarm system can lower your house insurance payments.
Plus, the Vivint Smart Thermostat programs itself, lowering your utility bill by an average of 10% or more.
You spent $300 on magic tricks?
You mean invested? You worried about privacy? Vivint uses cutting-edge encryption to keep your account secure. They keep it nice and safe in a cage-free organic server.
Honey! And if you're still on the fence, Vivint comes with a free trial. After that, if you don't love it more than your children, they'll take it back and give it to someone who does.
So start your Vivint free trial today and let it take over all your crappy jobs.
Vivint Smart Home. Fire yourself and hire Vivint.
I had a fun time tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, pal, anything you do with her, you're gonna have to do with me.
Okay?
We are back with this amazing lady. I want to learn more about. She's amazing.
Fearless Fiona.
That's her. Oh, I love it. You
That's my new
remember.
tagline.
That's right. That's
I love
right.
it, I love it.
So you had a question for her before. Well, first of
Yes.
all, for those of you who are just signing on, this lady runs over 100 of those laid-bare waxing salons in the Philippines. Most of them are franchises, but a lot of them are also self-owned, privately owned by your company, by you and your family, and I would say your partners. And then, of course, you have a couple here, which is growing. We're actually going to be adding a few, maybe hopefully downtown LA, so it's closer to me. But do tell, you had a question for
Yes. In the previous segment, I asked about her penetration method
Okay.
coming to the U.S. And now I understand you are intending to do franchising as a way to disperse the presence of your business here in the U.S.
No, yes. And she was saying it was a little more challenging here, obviously.
A lot more challenging.
Because,
A little
yes,
is
understatement.
Yeah.
Obviously because of licensing and permits,
Right.
I would
Yes.
think.
Are those the main challenges, or are,
Yeah, tell us,
are,
tell
are
us.
there any other nuances? That,
Well, in the beginning, recruitment was a great challenge because estheticians here have to be licensed.
Right.
You know, in the Philippines, we could just pick you off the street. You
Yeah,
know,
train
you wanna,
you, train
yeah,
you.
you wanna wax, but here they have to study for 600 hours.
Wow.
And then pass
600
the state,
hours.
yes, 600 hours, and then pass the state board, and then finally they can do waxing for us. And training takes at least 4 to 6 weeks before they're on the floor. Our technique is harder to learn than hard wax or hot wax. Anyone,
Wow.
even me, could do the other 2 types of waxing, but this one takes a lot of skill.
But are you hands-on? I'm curious, like if some tech could make it, I'm not feeling well, would you be able to
I'm
take
not
it?
licensed, unfortunately. I do know how to do it, but
Yes.
not enough to service a client.
Got it.
you can train
You can train
your
them.
technicians,
In theory, and I
provide
can,
them direction.
yes, I just am not
Cannot
licensed
be
to do
hands-on.
it. Yes.
Right,
Cannot
right.
be hands-on.
That's smart because you don't really want to get involved in all the aspects of your
Yes.
business. You leave that up to the expert.
Absolutely.
So you're taking care of the admin,
Yes.
the management, the growth,
Mhm.
the marketing, which is essential.
Yes.
You, by the way, are going home to the Philippines October because
Yes.
of a trade
We have a
event.
trade mission.
Yes. Talk to us about that because that's a lot to do with franchising
Yes.
and hopefully bringing our Filipino American money into our home country.
Correct.
Okay.
It's a two-sided objective, actually multi-sided objective. The first one is to bring investors from here
Right.
or developers from here who would like to penetrate the Philippine marketplace, especially labor.
You were talking about manufacturing.
Yes.
The focus is manufacturing. Did you want to talk about that? Are you at liberty or not yet?
Well, I can talk about that, but what I'd like to do is to use your platform
Yes.
as an example. So we
Right.
have investors going there, they see a potential, for example, of labor waxing salon. They go,
Okay.
wow, I've never looked at this particular business before. So we try to engage the existing businesses in the Philippines to work with the investors going in there. So in your case, it would be probably a visiting destination for some of the investors to see how labor operates.
Nice.
And then what they can do is they go, okay, we can definitely import that particular technology, that particular business, that particular income stream
Right.
to the United States. How about the East Coast,
Yeah.
the South, the Midwest?
So you go do it both sides. So it's
Of
not
course.
just bringing home Filipino American investments and assets into the Philippines, but the other way around as well.
We have to have an open agenda.
Okay.
You can't just say, okay, we're all just going to do coconuts, or we're just all going to do sugar.
Right.
We have those. Those are called the focus industries,
Right.
but we are looking at what qualities and what values we can bring from here to from here to the Philippines,
Right.
but most importantly, the other way around.
Yeah.
What from the Philippines can we bring here? Because
Because it's how we can help them.
yes, the intent is to
Love it.
really increase
Yes.
trade between the two countries.
I love it. I love it. And you know what, Noel, you're the perfect person to do that because your passion to help the Filipino American community here, as well as our kababayans back home,
Yeah.
is genuine. That's what I love about, you and your wife. Whatever business you get into, Chamber of Commerce, that's your baby.
Why, thank you. Yes.
It's always about helping the community because we need better representation. We need to help our kababayans there. It's been a struggle with all these natural calamities, and we do have the resources. We've got those raw materials. We've got the products. We just don't see it to the end.
So let's go back to labor.
Yes.
Waxing salon. What are your next steps?
Well, we just got registered for California in June, and then we got the Illinois registration this August. We're waiting on New York and Virginia. So the intention is to go nationwide,
National,
especially because California is a very expensive state. It's actually the most expensive state, so it's harder to start a business here, and we have a lot of interest in the other states.
No, for sure.
Right. But we have the expert. We have Fearless Fiona.
Fearless Fiona.
And I'm sure we'll keep an open book just to make sure that we can be of help to you, and vice versa.
Yes.
Help us promote our Coffee Corner show.
Right, and you're about to give them a promo offer
Yes.
for anyone who follows us, the Coffee Corner show,
Subscribe on YouTube.
and subscribe on YouTube, as well as yours.
Yes.
Okay.
So please visit us.
What is that promo like?
Well, you can get a free Brazilian from now until August 30.
And what is the value of that?
That's a $40 value for
Nice.
you and $50 for Noel.
Okay.
So you can either visit our Studio City location or West Hollywood and get your Brazilian wax.
Wonderful.
I'm trying to save my beard right now.
I know, I saw him doing this.
Well, I know.
I saw him doing this.
I'm just talking about the top hemisphere.
And don't drink coffee before visiting us.
Because you get
You get jittery and you get more
Okay.
nervous, you feel the discomfort more, so skip the coffee.
Women of Wisdom, Fiona, Fearless Fiona. Please follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But most importantly, subscribe on our YouTube account, The Coffee Corner Show. We'll be right back.
Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, men have named you. You're so like the lady with the mystic smile. Is it only 'cause you're lonely they have blamed you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile? Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep. They just lie there and they die there. Are you warm? Are you real, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely work of art? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa.
And we're back. We're back with our special guest, Aaron Akins. We saved the best for last. Aaron, nice to see you again, man. It's been a while.
Welcome, Aaron. Thank you.
All right, so tell us, what's new? What's going on?
I'm presently promoting a show, a live performance at Vitello's. It's this Thursday, and it's August 23rd. The doors open at 6:30, and the show starts at 7:30. So it's from 7:30 to 9:30, and I'll be doing my Broadway World nominated show called Into the Cole. It's the music of Nat King Cole.
Right.
And
which is you're known for?
Well, kind of known, but I actually am getting kind of known for my own original material as well.
Right. Oh,
Because
cool.
I have a song that I wrote, composed, and performed in a movie called Black Butterfly, starring Antonio Banderas and Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
I saw that on Netflix. So if you guys want to check it out, I believe it's out on Netflix
Yeah,
right
it's on
now,
Netflix.
right?
It's in Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, all the streaming.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas got kept as a hostage in his own home, but I'm not going to spill any more But I'm not going to talk more about that because you don't want
But
to
the
give away. You
music,
don't want to give away.
That's the one that you want to
But
hear.
the music is right there, and he's the only one playing in that music, in that movie, in that film,
I'm the only one singing.
or singing.
Yes.
Exactly.
You gotta go take a look.
So Vitello's this Thursday.
Vitello's this Thursday.
How do they get? How do our viewers get in? Where do they buy the tickets?
Well, they can go to www.intothecole.com, as in Nat King Cole.
Right.
But that's my website called Into the Cole, and that's where they can go.
Okay.
Or they can go to Vitello's
Buy tickets on the door.
and buy tickets. Well,
But it's cheaper if
it's
you buy it
cheaper
online.
if you buy them in advance
Right,
online.
right.
Yeah. If you wait until the day of the show, it's extra $10.
Right.
You don't want that. You want to.
No, you don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
Right, exactly. So what else are you doing?
Well, regarding, I just sang the Nat King Cole song because
Right.
I'm like the biggest Nat King Cole fan. A little story about Nat King Cole. One day I was performing at BB King's at Universal Studios, right?
City Walk, yeah.
City Walk, yeah. And it's no longer there, but I was performing there, and a friend of mine said, after I got off stage, because I was singing a few Nat King Cole songs, but I was doing my original stuff as well. And my buddy said, "Hey, Aaron, I didn't know you sang some of my granddad's material." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "My mom is Carol Cole, Natalie Cole's sister."
Wow.
I said, "What the heck?" I said, "I have a whole album of Nat King Cole material." He said, "Well, give it to me."
Uh-huh.
So I gave him my CD, and he took it home to Natalie Cole and Carol Cole, and they ended up doing a CD like my CD. They called in some of the biggest names. They called in Will.i.am, Nas. These are rappers, The Roots, CeeLo Green, TV on the radio, Just Blaze, big name artists. Damien and Stephen Marley, Bar Marley's sons. And they did an album called Nat King Cole Regenerations. And that was the concept was created by Aaron Akins.
Wow.
None other.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man.
Terrific.
Yeah.
That's my Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole
Natalie Cole story. Yeah. So
I know you're a big fan of Nat King Cole, but how did you find out that your voice actually followed
That's
Nat
a good
King
question.
Cole's
I was in a
rap?
singer's workshop as some years ago in Hollywood, and the instructor handed me a CD of Nat King Cole songs. And I asked her, "Why did you give me this CD?" And she said, "Because your voice is a mixture between Nat King Cole and Johnny Mathis." And I didn't think much of that. I went home, I listened to the CD, and I forgot about what she said because I became enamored with what I was hearing.
Yes.
What I heard was something so beautiful. I heard a smooth articulation that I had never heard in music before. And it blew me away. I was just in awe. I was stunned by what I heard. And this was many, many years ago. And after that, I would just sing Mona Lisa at different places, and I would hear a hush over the audience. And I kept wondering, why is everybody what's going on? And people would always say, "Man, you sound just like Nat King Cole." And that's how you discovered yourself. Yeah, that's how I discovered I sounded like Nat King Cole.
Right. Wow. And
yeah.
You've been doing this for a while too.
Yeah, I've been singing for quite a while.
Right.
I write music, I compose music, and I have like I said, I wrote, composed, and performed a song in the movie Black Butterfly, and I have my famous hit song, God Made Women Beautiful, it's on Pandora and other streaming, radio stations and stuff like that. So God Made Women Beautiful is something that I'm really, really proud of.
So you've also did some fundraising and
I'm glad you mentioned that because
Right.
right now, 100% of the proceeds from this show is going to go to Sharon of the Roses, which is a Filipino nonprofit organization. And what Beth is doing, who is running this organization, is she's rescuing women from sex slavery. And what she's trying to do is build a house so when she rescues them,
A safe house.
she'll have some place to take them.
Right.
So I'm donating money to that organization because I think it's a very great cause.
Thank you very much for
is a
doing
very
that, man.
noble cause.
We need those safe houses.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what? We'll be right back. And we're back. We wanted to talk a little bit more about what Aaron's working on. And Aaron, what else are you working on?
Well, right now I'm working.
You
on
had something that you wanted to read off on your phone earlier.
Well, I think I got that perhaps in the last segment. I think I had covered it.
Okay.
But, we wanted to talk about a few things that I've done in my life.
Right,
Like-
yeah, your most memorable performances that led to your success as an artist.
Yeah, one of the things that stands out is singing for the Pope at the Vatican.
Right.
Well,
Well,
that's
that
nice.
itself
That's
is
very
a as a
Not
lifetime.
too many people can do that. yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which Pope? This
that's
Pope
it.
or
no,
the,
the last one,
The one before.
yeah,
Yes.
before. That's one of the things that I'm excited about, and I've also performed at the North Sea Jazz Festival in Holland alongside Al Jarreau. Rest in peace to Al Jarreau, an incredible
Yeah,
artist.
I grew up listening to him.
I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of Al Jarreau.
Yeah,
Me and
what
my
a-
wife both.
What an incredible artist. So I was there with him. Ray Charles was alive at that time. He performed, and a story about Ray Charles. How about that?
Okay.
Let's hear it.
I lived in this hotel, and Ray Charles was 5 floors up, and all the musicians were saying, "Hey, Aaron, you need to go up and meet Ray Charles. He's cool. You should go." I was just in fear of,
Right.
dude, I am not going to Ray Charles's room, you know?
Right.
And I ended up not going because, but they suggested that I go. And then shortly after that, he passed away.
Oh man, you missed that opportunity
Yeah,
right
I missed
there.
an opportunity to meet
I
Ray
thought
Charles.
you were going to say, and I did go up there.
No, I
but
didn't
you,
go.
That's one of your regrets now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you cope up with that regret now then, as an artist?
Well, I just have to remember that when I have an opportunity to meet someone who's great, I should really, make myself do that.
That's the best advice, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Right. So, we've done a lot of things. You've met a lot of people and everything. There's one more thing that we regret hearing and hearing about for the past couple of days now. Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin, what an artist.
Yep.
What a songwriter and what an artist, and she'll be remembered. And thank God she left a legacy of music for us to listen to.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, she will be sorely missed. I mean, because she changed a lot of people's
That's
lives
the
too.
end of an era.
Right.
Yeah, you'll never have a voice like that again.
Right.
But you know how I see it? I believe that all the young artists, including Aaron, will carry on the legacy, and Aretha's memory is just going to make you become a bigger artist. I think that's the challenge that you're picking up now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
RESPECT.
absolutely.
With that, we thank you for watching our show, the Coffee Corner Show, and would like to, to ask you if you can follow us and like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Coffee Corner Show, and we'll have more talents like Aaron and other celebrity artists out there, and we're gonna have them on the show. Come check us out, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
See ya.
Thank you.